Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Whatever your life's work is, do it well. A man should do his job so well that the living, the dead, and the unborn could do it no better. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. No one really knows why they are alive until they know what they die for. Never be afraid to do what's right, especially if the well-being of a person or animal is at stake. Society's punishments are small compared to the wounds we inflict on our soul when we look the other way. We must use time creatively in the knowledge that the time is always ripe to do right. An individual has not started living until he can rise above the narrow confines of his individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of all humanity. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love. Man must evolve for all human conflict a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Let no man pull you so low as to hate him. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must take it because his conscience tells him it is right. The quality, not the longevity, of one's life is what is important. A man who won't die for something is not fit to live. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. Only in the darkness can you see the stars. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. Never succumb to the temptation of bitterness. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. Nothing in all the world is more dangerous than sincere ignorance. and conscientious stupidity. The art of acceptance is the art of making someone who has just done you a small favor wish that he might have done you a greater one. A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. You will change your mind, you will change your looks, you will change your smile, laugh, and ways, but no matter what you change, you will always be you. Not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. When you are right, you cannot be too radical. When you are wrong, you cannot be too conservative. 10,000 fools proclaim themselves into obscurity, while one wise man forgets himself into immortality. All progress is precarious, and the solution of one problem brings us face to face with another problem. Love is not emotional bash. It is not empty sentimentalism. It is the active outpouring of one's whole being into the being of another. Mankind must put an end to war, or war will put an end to mankind. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. What is wrong in the world today is that the nations of the world are engaged in a bitter, colossal contest for supremacy. We will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. I am not interested in power for power's sake, but I'm interested in power that is moral, that is right, and that is good. I came to the conclusion that there is an existential moment in your life when you must decide to speak for yourself. Nobody else can speak for you. Those who are not looking for happiness are the most likely to find it, because those who are searching forget that the surest way to be happy is to seek happiness for others. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? We are prone to judge success by the index of our salaries or the size of our automobiles, rather than by the quality of our service and relationship to mankind. People fail to get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because they have not communicated with each other. Oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. The yearning for freedom eventually manifests itself. If physical death is the price that I must pay to free my white brothers and sisters from a permanent death of the spirit, then nothing can be more redemptive. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. The hope of a secure and livable world lies with disciplined nonconformists who are dedicated to justice, peace, and brotherhood. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. There is some good in the worst of us, and some evil in the best of us. When we discover this, we are less prone to hate our enemies. I have a dream that one day, little black boys and girls will be holding hands with little white boys and girls. Whatever affects one directly, affects all indirectly. I can never be what I ought to be, until you are what you ought to be. This is the interrelated structure of reality. We must concentrate, not merely on the negative expulsion of war, but the positive affirmation of peace. Love is not emotional bash. It is not empty sentimentalism. It is the active outpouring of one's whole being into the being of another. Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a constant attitude. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Today, we no longer have a choice between violence and non-violence. It is either non-violence or non-existence.